was. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Lizzie McGuire, I think.
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire movie.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Glasses God Podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
Let me ask you one question.
Yes.
So I was watching. Okay, I've talked about All American, right? In our previous episodes, and then I told you about another movie I watched that be Fire on the Inside. I was like, wait, though, I can be a coach.
What kind of coach, first of all? Life coach or what?
Well, I can be a life coach, like obviously.
Yeah.
You see it, right? Okay, cool. But this one I'm even talking about is like football coach. It's not just to rally people and say, hey team. Let's say,
wait, let's even now go back. You know football, you're in the US. Are you saying football or soccer?
It might not be football. It might be anything. It might be like, I don't know, give me one sport that you think.
Like tennis.
Or maybe swimming. Any coach,
for you to be a coach, you have to be a professional. Like, you need to have done that thing, excelled in it. Maybe not excelled.
Not necessarily,
not excelled, but like you need to have done it.
No be motivation that they talk. Wait, have you seen for show? They'll be like, come on. You know that come on, get around. And I say, take 1, 2, 3, go. I'll not be like, hey guys.
But you know,
I'll not be like, wait, first let me show my coach. Like, that was a whack show. That was a really whack show. Look at yourselves. One after the other. Tell your neighbor.
So you not start pushing them from there?
No, I would now say, I would not take them back. Look at where we were 1 year ago. Now we are here at the semi-finals event. Did you think we could do it? Nobody believed in us, but we believed that. See, as I'm moving old, like I already do it, but we believed in ourselves. Now, are you ready? I want that gold medal as much as you do. Am I right?
So
yes, sir.
Am I right? You're doing gold medal. You're mixing up your tournament.
Shut up. You get what I'm trying to say. They will not say, no, you're looking into the future now. You have to pass the semi-final stage now before you get to the final.
What's the name of what they call your league? What's your league called?
Eagles.
Which sport are you playing?
It's Eagles. We are flying. Eagles flying. And they'll be like, come on, get out. Eagles are 1, 2, 3.
I believe in you, yes.
Now it's also motivation, though. When I was watching the thing, I was getting motivated. Hey, talk to them.
Let me now ask you one question about it. You know how for things like this you have to motivate people. What if it is somebody that you're like?
What?
You know, all these documentary shows that you watch, it's because these people are successful. That's why they can do documentary about their life. You know, as a coach. No, I'm not talking about the coach now. Like, you know, the documentary you talked about now, it wasn't the coach now, it was the boxer now that they do documentary about now, isn't it? That lady that was the boxer.
No. No, not just documentary now, but you watch all these sports shows. All America it's not a documentary, it's just a movie.
Where I'm going to is the fact that a lot of times when they do like documentary about people in sports and everything, most times it's because they've been successful, like they've gone through trials, whatever, and now they are here, right? But I'm saying as a coach, you know that you will see people who are talented, and you know that you can see into their future that this one will blow if you give him the right coaching, mentoring, all of that. But there are also some people that you know that
Was it on this podcast that you talked about how one of your sports team that he will not put you, that he does not used to put you on anything because he likes people that used to excel well? When you're talking about, you said you were in but it's not Blue House. Say there's a particular house that's when you were young. I am that coach.
If he sees you that you are tall and it's like even like you look like you can run,
that's
you put
me.
In yellow house.
I am that coach. All the other was I would say learn. I'll say don't worry, be learning. Learn from your peers.
Because what if you see people that you know that it like you not like the right thing, but you know that obviously you can't see the future, but everything from what the human eyes can see and tell. We don't make it.
Well, I will have a one-on-one. I'll be like, have you considered other goals in life?
You know the person will be telling you passionately, like, I'm so passionate about this. I did this.
be a coach. Let me go to Nigeria. Go and look for children on the streets and be like, don't worry, you'll be worried. I'll go and coach for you now. I can coach people now. You know, let me tell you something that's on my mind.
Okay.
This one is even a more serious one, and something that I feel like God is calling me to and will materialize in the future.
Amen.
I'll just give a brief of it. Is how a lot of people have potentials, but they don't have the opportunity to use the potentials that they have. And I don't know if you've heard me talk to my mom before. My mom was in education. Is still in education. She retired as a principal, and I still have conversations about, you know, some people in our school. She helps people. Like, there's always somebody in our house all the time, but like there's only a number of persons that she can help at once.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, okay, what is the future of these people? Like, what is the future of all of these people going into public schools? What's the percentage of people that are actually
coming out and being successful,
getting a further education? And even for those that are not getting a further education, what is their level of success? How are we setting them up for success, right? What's the people just come out of school, then what next? So there's that's just one thing I'm trying to figure out. But anyway, I can go to, we are back to jokes, I can go to Nigeria. I can look for all those people that they don't have opportunity. They used to run up and down. But they don't have the opportunity. I'm like, don't worry. There's a purpose here. I see you as a runner. Am I a runner? That's up to you. That's subjective. I would say I'm a runner. It's not to run, okay. But I can coach you. Not me to run. You think I have to be?
Do you know the right running form? There's form of running.
You underestimate me. That's the issue. You don't even underestimate me. Not underestimate me. You underestimate me. I'll just be like, don't worry, I'll be their coach. Be like, hey, you are late. 5 a.m. Even me, I never wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. every day you do running this thing.
Athletes are disciplined.
That's why my child has to be an athlete. I've been saying this not this well. Maybe I should go and look for who to choose. Is it how you're choosing for guys? Tall? Let me see your legs. What form?
What sports do you want them to play? It's just
swimming, running. I love track and field.
But which one should they do? Okay, they will decide for themselves.
They will decide for themselves, but not football. Please.
Why? Football?
It's very dangerous. Like American football.
Sports? Oh no, American
football is very, very dangerous.
Sports are dangerous.
The variability of the danger differs. So, for instance, tennis, their knee, their shoulder, they hurt a lot on that. Like when people retire, that's what they have. Brain injury. Where you want to start from?
So recently, my nephew has been putting his leg on his head and inside his mouth, and I told myself, what sport? Register this boy for gymnastics,
my dear,
so that he can win gold medal.
You should even not do gymnastics. You should do everything. So
that he can win
you not do elimination. So maybe you can think that it's something, but by the time they are progressing, you see that it might not really be this thing.
What if
so it could be
like
swimming, running,
really
and gymnastics.
So do you think they should be the one to decide for them? Well,
they will because it will tell. I feel like
you as a parent, you don't know what is in at that at the point where they will blow.
Exactly. So some people tend towards some things better than the other. So no, they can choose. Myself, I've said this to a lot of people. My children,
they'll play sports. They'll play sports. They'll be very involved in the creative side. They'll play instruments. Yes. They will dance. You know all these ballet people. They used to dance from like when they are 3 years old.
Yes, no. They have to be very flexible.
You will start dancing.
I'll throw my 1-year-old in the water.
Swim videos.
See, they will not float back.
They will have opportunities.
No, I want to be a very, very present, a very, very present parent, very present mother, and obviously I also marry a very present father because
you be a present father, be a present husband. You say you marry a present father.
I will marry a husband, but you'll be a father to the child now.
You say very present father.
Okay, well let me clarify. I beg. I will marry a present husband.
You want to marry a present, another person's present husband.
God forbid that. I don't want. It's when we now become parents to the child.
And I think one point to all this is that's where schools come in. One of the schools I went to when I was young, JS 1 to 3. I think that's one of the best schools. I would say, just talking from my own experience, that's like one of the best schools that a child can go to because there was everything. So you might not be good academic. Not everybody is like, knows maths or whatever. You might not be a very good test taker. You might not be very good in academics. But you see that sports, you may know how to do, and you might not know how to do basketball, but you might know how to run. You might know how to do this. And it was all around in the sense that there were extracurricular activities. We used to play instruments. Like so you might not know, quote unquote, in Nigeria will say you don't know book. Maybe you don't know how to run, but you can play violin or you can play guitar.
But you see, the good thing about my children is they will do both.
No,
it's just like this track and field.
Excel what's her name some of them more than the others.
There's this track and field
lady,
Gabby, who is like a Harvard graduate. Yeah. That's just see my kids are. No, see, let's not talk for that because
let's even clarify something. I think the reason why sometimes some kids don't succeed in like academics is because their parents force them on a particular path. So you might be more good with like liberal arts and like maybe
go and do it. And
that's what I'm saying. So you're saying you are good at school. But parents that time, like African parents, Nigerian parents that time is like, you must do sciences, you must be doctor, lawyer, kiniko. So now imagine somebody that maybe you will excel doing like maybe writing or like language or communication, something like that, and then I put you to go and be studying trigonometry. That person will not be successful then now. So it will not look like you are failing on one side, but maybe down the line you become like a successful New York Times best-selling author or something.
But good thing is we've evolved, and by the special grace of God, He will keep directing our path,
guiding us and teaching us the right thing to do.
Build upon precepts, one step at a time. So being a coach, right? So that's it. Do you know? I always wonder something. Have you ever? God, I don't know if I should say this. So I think I was in church one day and somebody, you know how, okay, let me ask this question. Have you ever started the clap before? Like a general clap before? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you clap, other people don't follow. Do you feel embarrassed when people start clap and nobody follow?
You know what? I feel like I will feel bad enough that I will join them in the clap. And let me tell you what. Sorry, all that thought. Let me tell you what happened to me in church when I went for the live recording session. So I was sitting. You know how when we went for that January event that there were chairs down, so they removed all the chairs down. So I sat on like the bleacher, like those step inside. There was not one point where they're not like everybody needs to be still and something. So people that were standing there, some people sat down, but people were still standing. I was the only one that was still standing on the bleachers. And I already said, I'm committed to this. Because
nobody stand with you.
All of us were standing initially.
Everybody
all of us were
sat down.
initially. So they sat down on the stage and they were singing like the Steel song.
But you were still standing.
I was still like, at the point I looked to my left. I looked to my right.
Now only you they stand.
I said no, I will not fall to peer pressure. I'm standing and I'm standing for God.
Oh my God. I'm very embarrassed though. If not only me they clap with the whole church. Nobody.
I feel bad for them, boo. But you know, I feel like if you start, maybe if you're not beside me, you not start clapping. I'll be like,
you will join me now.
No, I'm not even saying you. I'm saying like the random person starting to clap. Like if you start clapping, I'm like,
you don't like you say let's clap.
I'm like, brother, it's okay.
Or the one that don't know where to stop. I think it's actually hard when you don't know where to stop. You know the way you said you now stood there like I'm committed to this thing. So I'm now committed to the class.
Yeah,
and it's just you.
Actually,
I'm like you should know where to stop. No, you know that stand one is different because
we're all worshiping and standing. Yeah,
but that clap one, everybody they hear you now.
Oh God.
Well, anyway.
But if you're in that situation, if I hear it, I might join you and just
I might join you. Is it like you never join?
I've never started a clap, and I don't think I want to start a clap. But we don't have blow.
So a clap that we not blow. Omo-Olorun, what are we talking about today? Because the way we are going, like, let me just tell you, let me be very transparent with you on this podcast. The last 2 episodes that we've shot. We've shot 2 or 3 episodes and we are just talking about the topic that we were supposed to talk about 3 episodes ago. So Let's start early now. What are we talking about? I beg.
We are talking about stingy people.
Stingy cocos.
Where did you expose us?
Stingy cocos. The funny thing is, people are still enjoying the episode. So you see, the spirit of God is within us.
Yes.
If we plan something today, and as we are talking, the flow is
do
different.
we want to know how back this episode is that we're going to talk about now?
I know what the navigating Nigerian as an American. Actually,
oh God,
and that was like episodes ago. That's episode was.
So whenever we release this episode, whatever this episode number is, this episode we're talking about now, it was supposed to be the episode where we release navigating corporate Americans as Nigerians.
Yeah.
And see, now people were blessed by it because
as in
thank God spirit.
That's the thing. We are moving by the but no.
It's not by the spirit.
That's the thing. We can't say because we say we're going to talk about this. We're not talking about it.
And I feel like if we do that, it becomes tilted. Like the conversation will not flow.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking about stingy people. So let me start. Let me start.
Wait, before you start.
No, before you start anything, I'll start with you because we say we must talk about stingy people. We must talk about why do you specifically want us to, like, why are you so passionate about this?
You say I'm passionate.
Yes, I'm interviewing you. Why are you so passionate about this topic?
Because I want us to have a balance, right? I think so the reason why I wanted to discuss this at that time was because the previous episode before them was we talked about money. And we talked about what was that episode?
Grateful. Are you cool or
ungrateful? Yeah. So we wanted another.
If we start exposing ourselves like this, we wanted something to balance
now. I don't think
something to balance.
Yeah, we wanted to balance that particular episode to say, there's a part where people are ungrateful or entitled, but there's also the part where people are actually stingy. Yeah. Like, see, people are so there are two sides of a coin. So we don't want to just come and say, you're ungrateful. Yeah. Of course, like everything that we said is very valid. Yeah. But the other side of it also is, we have stingy people. People with just their hands
stingy to themselves.
And before we start, there's this thing that we've been talking about. We've talked about it on our episode. We've talked about it. It's the fact that we are blessed to be a blessing. And there's this thing that I can't remember.
Following me since I heard it.
Yeah. And I have this like one note that I keep for like general. I call it Sunday blessings. So every time I go to church or I'm somewhere and I hear something that resonates with my spirit, I just write it down. It's not like a note or whatever. It's just like points. And one of it is you can never outgive God. So I think it was Pastor that talked about this one. Yeah. He was like, look, no matter how much.
It was the minister that they invited from Chicago. Duke. Not Duke, sorry.
It's Bishop.
Bishop, yeah. I said Duke.
Yeah, it's like you can never outgive God. So no matter how much you think that Namide do this, Namide. Obviously, we've talked about like wisdom is profitable to direct. We've talked about stewardship with what God has given you. But primarily, your heart should be that of giving. And see, let me give a caveat here. I'm also not coming out to say, I've learned this over the years. Let me be very honest. I used to be someone who I will not revenge, but like I'm very sensitive to people who just want to take from you, and I switch on you very easily. Like before now, like if I remember when I was in school where I think it was kerosene or something like we had when we were in Idia Hall, and I just had this roommate who my mom would definitely always buy. So like it's like you never have, but like there's just that expectation that Ebun will always have. And there was one day I was like I don't have, and I actually had, and it was not like, but I just felt like
you're using me, like
you're using me and things like that. And it happened even when I was in India also. I think I can't remember what it was. I think it was tissue paper. I just felt, how you just feel like people just expect that this girl will have it, and they just never make any effort on their own. And I'm like, I don't have, but I actually had it. So I used to be that person, but growing away from that, or growing up from that, I've learned that these days, in fact, God has helped me so much. If I give to you yesterday, I'll probably not remember tomorrow. And I'm not even saying this from the place of pride. And that's why I said, if I'm giving to you and it will hurt me and to make me think back tomorrow, that's why that gives, or it will make me come back to you to say, and I gave this. I don't think we've ever had that conversation. I'll tell you, and I gave this person this thing, and this person
not doing anything.
I will usually not have that conversation. If I would not feel peace in my heart to give to you, I'm just not going to give to you. So you can never outgive God. You are blessed to be a blessing to other people, and that should be our default. That should be our default. So what do you have to say before we go writing?
What do I have to say? I don't think I have to say. I'm just here listening to. I don't think I have anything to say specifically. Like everything you said, I'm aligned with it, and I think I've mentioned it severally on the podcast that you are blessed to be a blessing to others. I think just hearing that and receiving it as well. It's not just about hearing it and receiving it has actually changed my outlook on. I'm a giver. I want to believe I'm a giver, but it has allowed me to open myself up even more to giving and do more than, you know, when you think, okay, I have this limit of, I can't do more than this. I can do more, because the more that's what they call it now, that is a parable now in the Bible of the man that wanted to build up bigger bands. And I'm just like, do you know what it means for God to bless you so much that it is overflowing? That means what he has given you as your capacity, he has poured in you, and there is now more. And the God that can make it to overflow, there's no reason why you ever be empty.
Yeah.
So I think that it just changed my mindset of, I will not just be empty, because people that I have a very terrible relationship with money. Like, I like to see money in my bank account, but yes, I like to see, because I had to learn that my security is not in that money. It's not in that number in my bank account. It's not in anything that a job is giving me. It's in God, right?
Exactly.
So that thing just unlocked another level for me, and I think we should always strive to always be learning, to always go deeper, even in giving. Like, okay, you are a giver, but there's something you can do more. There's something you can do more.
This thing you just said now, I remember, like I said before, like I used to be someone who gave based on like who you were, and I remember when I think it was when I was
Sorry, what do you mean by who you were? Do you mean by like how close they are to you, or like
no, like if you were using me or not, like if you were free spirited people that but if I see that you like this, just specific go they give you, now you want, I will switch on you. So I think it was when I was serving, I think. And I don't know if Soraya listened to this message. There's something that Soraya was saying, and it was just because I had said it so much. I remember I would always, so I confess a lot. I have a confession book. I confess a lot, and for years I was confessing this scripture. I will borrow unto nations and learn from none. If anybody is close to me, they would be able to quote the scripture. I'm not even kidding, because I say it a lot. I say it to my prayers, I say it to my friends, I say it like as confession, and I have internalized it so much that when I tell you, or when I give somebody today, I don't think about it. It's not because I have $1 billion in my account. It's just because I have so much, and I'm still internalizing it. I have so much internalized it that I'm like, I lend unto nations and borrow from none. Do you know what that means? You are giving to people, but you no go ever borrow. So you have enough.
You have enough.
So no matter how much you think you have now, you still have enough.
You still have enough, yeah.
Right? So my mindset shifted from, this person is using me. Nobody can use me. You can't use anybody. You are doing yourself. Like if you always see yourself as someone who has to collect from other people,
and you feel like
you will
you're
never
sharp,
see yourself above that. And you know how they say, if you want to collect, you collect like this, like with your hands below, and the person is dropping into your hands. If you don't remove that mentality of I have to always collect from people, then you will never be the one on top. So I would always say, I lend unto nations, I borrow from none. I lend unto nations, I borrow from none. So I know that when I was, anytime I'm doing my birthday or something, Tiraya will tell me, Ebu, you always say you lend, and she will now pray for me. I'm like, yeah, you lend, and yeah, that's true. Like I lend unto nations and I borrow from none. So it's it's a mindset shift. It's not even so there's sometimes that you confess a particular, and that's what I do. Like if you check my workstation, I have some scriptures there, and that's just because that's where I am now, and I want to see myself in the context of that scripture. So I'll keep saying it every time. Until like you're able to internalize that, actually live that scripture,
live in that reality,
and leave that word. So I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, so we want to read some, and these are stories from online. Let me just be clear. So we just want to do you want to start? We'll read some scenarios, and then we'll give our perspectives.
Okay. Excuse me, why am I coughing? So I have, let me see how many I have. I have like 4. So I think we should not, there are some that we'll probably will end up dwelling more on, but let me start with the shorter ones. So this one, the question was like, what's the stingiest thing a friend has done that made you question your friendship with them? Said she bought us tickets as a Christmas present, then cancelled on me last minute due to COVID. Understandable. But encouraged me to go anyway and guilted me into buying both tickets from her because she wouldn't stop crying over the phone until I offered. It was at that point I realized that her crying and me fixing was a big thing. Turns out she didn't even buy the tickets. Her company did.
So she just wants to get money from her. for free.
So she bought the ticket and said, "These are
so she did not buy the ticket. The company bought the ticket,
so,
but she wanted to collect the money from her friend,
and she was not going again. Yeah, she
not even plan to go. She just wanted to sell the ticket.
I don't know if she did not plan to go.
It looks like she didn't plan to go. She just wanted to sell the ticket.
She said she cancelled that last minute due to COVID. So COVID was a factor, and now it's not like, okay, if it's a Christmas ticket and you can't go, what is stopping you from just giving me both tickets and saying, oh, find another person to go with?
You don't understand. She sold the ticket that she never bought
to her friend.
That she never bought.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. No, that person is no. I want that person is not even your friend.
She said she dropped her after that. No. What kind of mindset do you have to live? Because what are you really gaining from that? And have you found out that money that you didn't work for? I don't know. Maybe it's me personally. I don't know. Maybe other people. Money that you don't work for, that you don't earn,
you even throw it
goes away. Like it goes away very fast. Like sometimes you can't even hold, you can't account what you did with it. Money that you just received like out of nowhere. You can't account for what you did. Do you ever feel like terrible?
That? I feel like no, absolutely. Like for instance, like if somebody dash you money, there's high probability that you just go and buy something. That's when I would know that let me go to maybe.
And you will not have any guilt.
Which kind
not like guilt, like if it's your own money, you'll be like, I can do better things with this money, or you'll be prioritizing what you should do with money. But if somebody does, you're like, I beg, let me buy this thing,
before I'm here buying plane tickets already. I'm like, okay, that 3% I cannot make, this person has given me money, let me do it. But no, that first of all, that friend is very manipulative.
Yeah, because
you know how people will say something over and over and over again so that you can, so they will not tell you directly that you should do it.
But you not be the one to offer.
Yeah. What? So like the way she was complaining, like when they were on the call, she'd be complaining every time that now wow, these tickets, they're not telling you directly, but obviously
you yourself, you will now,
it's a very manipulative tactic that some people use. I'm like, anyway, I don't know.
See, I think that's another topic we should talk about. Manipulation, because sometimes I think even when you are in the situation, you don't realize you are being manipulated until later. You're not like, wait, you now be piecing it together that this person always does this, and I always cave. And there's this thing that Nigerians say, so when somebody knows your mumu button, so that's also I feel like that's also kind of manipulation.
Yeah,
because you know that if I whine you like this, whine you like this, you end up doing like this. Manipulation, classic manipulation. So I don't know, that person is not a friend because it just feels like. And she mentioned it there. She said, I realized that her crying and then me fixing the problem for her crying was a big theme in their relationship. So definitely. So in fact, I'm sure you are very right. I'm sure she never planned to go.
She did not. She just wanted to make money.
She not said, friend. Oh, this is our Christmas. So she can be sentimental. Like, because these are our Christmas gifts.
The thing is, if your company buy you tickets, I'll be like, who is available? Oh?
Yeah.
Guy, let's go and watch this thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Let me read this one. This one said, when I was in high school, a girl I considered a close friend could not afford tickets to see a band we both loved. I saved my pocket money and got her a ticket to see them with me. She was so grateful she cried. But a few weeks later, somebody say a few weeks later.
A few weeks later.
She entered a radio competition to win tickets and meet the band for her and a friend. She won. She called me up and screamed excitedly down the phone, and I was super excited too, because naturally I assumed we were going together. She told me she was taking a different friend instead of me, and I could give the ticket I had bought for her to someone else. As a 14-year-old, this broke my heart. I would have given anything to have met that band. It was a long time before I did a favor like that for someone again.
Okay.
See, this is a classic example of you are your friend's friends, but your friend is not your friend.
One, do you think age is also something? They were 14 years old, but that's still mean.
Please,
that's still mean.
Even at 14,
that's still mean.
What class? Where was I when I was working? I was in SS2 at 14. You're not young.
Yeah. You're not 14. If you're almost entering college, like in Nigeria, because we enter university very early. Some people enter at 16. Some people enter at 15.
No, SS1.
That is.
So even if like imagine like your friend, like you were aware that your friend used her pocket money to buy a ticket for you. You even cried. See,
human beings are manipulative. I think it's also a classic concept of when somebody is always taking from you. Because what has that other, well, we don't know the relationship with that other friend, but it also shows, I think this one is like ungratefulness.
You don't understand. That person considered this girl as her best friend for you to
save up your
money and buy a ticket for her. There's a level of closeness that you don't just do that for a random person. So automatically she would assume that this person will reciprocate.
Yeah, I think it's just, there's something that you always say that somebody might be your friend. You might be thinking somebody is your close friend,
but you're not the person's close friend.
An acquaintance.
You're not a friend.
Maybe when she described me, be like, oh, I just know that babe.
Are you your friend's friend? Maybe that's what
are you your
friend's friend?
Because oh wow, no. And I think there's also some. It's even it's also the dismissive part of it as well.
Yeah, like yeah, you saved up your money, but go and give somebody else. I'm going with somebody else. You go pay me, I don't lie. And the girl was like, before she did something like that, no, that's crazy. That kind of thing can scar you.
You know what? If I was in that situation, I would have done. That girl would be the one I'm inviting. And then even if you have somebody else that is also your friend and likes that band, those other 2 tickets she got,
will use it.
She will now give that one and let's say another person. All of you will go together. Then you and that girl that saved money for you, people will be the one to meet the band. So that all of you will enjoy the concert together.
But that thing about you said about ungratefulness is actually also is a part of this, because that means you were not even grateful in the first place that somebody could sacrifice her pocket money to get you a ticket.
Yes, number one. And then number two is also greed, because now it's like this one is a low level ticket. My ticket now is more, it better pass this one. So
but is it not for better for what? Like, it's not, your friends not with you doing thick and thing, like when you did not even have money at all.
That's what I'm saying. That she's greedy, she's ungrateful, and she's also has superiority complex. I don't think superiority complex, right? But you know when somebody wants to be feeling like they're above you, because now maybe in that girl's mind now she's like, oh, so you think I cannot cynic, and that's why you can buy ticket for me now. Now that I now have a higher level of ticket I can use to see the band and greet them, I'm better than you. So now. So I feel like it's like a very psychotic, not psychotic, but like a very weird mindset of this person was trying to help you, and now you're now ungrateful and you now feel jealous because the person can afford to buy something for you. So instead of you to be grateful and thankful and say, oh, this person loves me, because you now had the opportunity to get something that they could not get. It's not like, let me show you that I'm not who you think I am, or I'm better than what you think I am.
That is crazy. Like, if anybody has this kind of mindset, that's crazy.
No, I think that there's like an aspect to it there, because what is stop if both of you love this band, you both have friends, and obviously that's something people would have talked about. You now decided to bring a third person, and they are 14 years old, they are probably all in the same circle. Let's be real. So you're not bringing a third person that maybe she knows, maybe she does not know, maybe they don't even vibe like that. And you're not like, oh, because now this is a special thing that has happened to you, and that special thing that's happened to you want to share it with somebody else and not this person that sacrificed for you.
That's crazy.
So there's a lot going on there.
The long story, the short story is the person is not your friend.
Not your friend, though. And see now, for me, 14 years old, before she did something like that,
as it took a long time. Yeah,
it's scarring. It's why she does something like that to me.
Has somebody ever done? I'm just thinking, like, at a young age, has somebody ever done something so crazy to me that I'm like, I would never. I don't think so. I know we used to have like petty fights and all of that, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Do you have another story?
Yeah, I do.
There are plenty things are happening.
This one is long, but let's go.
Let's go for it.
I invited my friend to go out for brunch, my treats. She agreed, and I was looking forward to having girls' time with her. She later said her fiancé really wanted to come too, and asked if I would mind him joining us. He was weird and annoying, and now, instead of a girls' hangout, I'll be third wheeling with them. But I said, all right, no problem. We went, and as expected, our fiancé was getting on my nerves, but whatever. When the bill came, our fiancé, who invited himself along, didn't make any move to pay, or at least cover his portion. So I picked up the bill and paid for him too. I guess that wasn't good enough for him because he complained that I tipped too much. His exact words were, "That waitress is ugly.
Ewo.
Ugly waitresses don't deserve tips." My friend just sat there with this blank little smile on her face as this was happening. A few months after that happened, I heard from some other friends who went out to dinner with the couple. During this outing, he ate his entire meal, like cleaned his plate, not a bite left. Then called the server over and said it was the worst food he had ever eaten. Then he demanded that the restaurant, this is a small family-run business, compensate not only his meal, but also now my former friend's meal and their drinks. She just sat by silently while her fiancé acted like a complete ... Everyone else at the table was mortified. There were other similar incidents that led to us trying to have an intervention with the friend, but it became clear that she condoned his awful behavior and would stand by him no matter what. She married him despite him being the dustiest, brokiest, the most embarrassing man I've ever met. So I guess this wasn't really my friend who did something stingy, but her fiance's stinginess made me question my friendship. Because it's like, if you can marry somebody that is stingy, what will you do to me? But again, we've said it on this podcast, people have audacity.
My own is, I don't even know where to start from, because people don't have shame. Wait, like, okay,
there's no shame again.
If I'm dating you, for instance, let's say it will most likely not happen, but let's say that I used to do like maybe nonsense behind closed doors. And then
when you come out,
we now come out with my friends, like at least pretend. You don't understand. You know, people used to say that we did not know. You look like a nice guy.
They're calling you dusty,
like
broke and embarrassed.
You know how like guys now, like when you meet your girlfriend's friend,
you want to act
like you want to act like like
look good, so that
hey, people don't have shame.
And again, it's also when you enable people as well, because why would the girlfriend sit through that kind of thing? Like, you're saying ugly waitresses don't deserve tip. Some things I feel like you should not be calling people names. Number one, this is another woman. You're acting as if no, you are not in a relationship with a woman. People act. So, and she's also,
and that's not a red flag for her.
That's it now.
Maybe they've done intervention, and the girl is
they've done everything they want for you. So in that situation, they've done everything they can for you. Because
what if you have a friend like that? What will you do?
I will do intervention for you too now. I would have been talking to you. It's not you, the friend now. I would have been talking to the person. But again, I feel like for me personally, I also always draw a line in my head. Because me, I'm very, when it comes to like women's rights and I'm like, we treat women well, all of that. But again, there are certain people that when you say certain things, I just know that at this point I'm old enough to know, and people I'm talking to, like, we are all on like the same age range. I feel like you're old enough to know when somebody is not ready to listen to a conversation, or somebody is not, when you're having a conversation with the person is not listening to hear and absorb and learn. The person is just listening for what to say and push back against you. So it reminds me of one of my colleagues when we were working that time back in Nigeria. We had one argument. I was really arguing. That was when I had this realization that, Omo-Olorun, why are you even arguing? The guy was saying all men cheat. That was what he was saying. Like, he was hammering that all men cheat. He was like, my father has even cheated on my mother. He was like, all the men in this branch, like, he's very sure that all men cheat. Can you go? And I was there again. I'm like, first of all, you don't know all men. You don't even know all the men in Lagos. Let's start from there. It's only all the men you know.
And your father that is a cheater. That's a cheat.
You get. I was there actually sweating. After we're not done with the conversation, tell me why. At the point when I was like, is it that you're not, is your ear not opening? Are you not hearing what I'm saying? Like, you don't know all men. You can't say all, like, you know when you're trying to have like a logical, and you're like, it's like you're coming up against the wall. At the end of that conversation, when I was like, okay, it's like you're not really, you know what he now said? He now said, all men cheat, but you know me, I don't cheat. That was when I realized that, Omo-Olorun, look at what you've been talking, like.
Oh my god.
And I said, so that's when I now drew my line in the sand of, if I know.
So he is not part of all. I mean, no understand English language.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm not like, see, we argue.
First of all, that's a lie. But second of all, that's grammatically incorrect.
I think me, I'm there trying to explain to you that you don't even know all the men in Lagos. You can't even say all men. You know, at the end of the day, your closing argument is now, yeah, I said all this, but me, I don't cheat. That's when I realized that it's not everybody you can have conversation with. Number one, it's not everybody that you can also influence.
But this is your friend, though.
This was my colleague.
No, I'm saying like in this context, like this is your friend.
Yeah, this is my friend. But again, there are certain conversations. So it depends on when you say friend now. So you're saying friend now, that means we are close. We are close. We do things together. We do all of that. It's not today you will know me. That there are some things I stand for, some things I don't stand on. If I'm there talking to you and saying, look at this situation, and then again, because you're my friend, and because it's not like you're not somebody I know or just a random third-party acquaintance and all of that. There's some conversations you cannot have with people who they are not your friends. You might know them, but they're not your friends. If I feel like you're my friend, I'll talk to you and say, this guy, he's disrespectful of women. Yeah. He's disrespectful of people who are like in the service industry. It will be disrespectful of you at the end of the day.
But they've told her.
That's what I'm saying. I'll keep on having this conversation. But you still said to have coconut head. I will leave you. Not like I will leave you, but at a particular point, I will stop talking to you.
Yeah.
I will stop talking to you because I tell my sisters, we are adults. You can't advise somebody.
Even if you don't stop
beyond
talking,
what they don't want to do.
Even if you don't stop talking, self, imagine that maybe a group, you as a group of friends, you now want to go out. She will not say, I'm coming. I say, how they come again?
At that point, she will not become alienated. Nobody is sorry now to die again.
I go, no go bring it, Oga Dele.
Imagine if among all your friends, nobody wants to hang around with your husband. Like when other people's husbands are coming, they're like, let him come, let Chief come because he will pay for the bill. But no, when your husband comes, he'll be looking for you. You'll be dragging this thing.
Eyeing yourself. No, you'll be no. This is shameful. This is embarrassing. Imagine that all of you now be giving yourself side eye.
Yeah, you will not be giving yourself like let's look at what you do.
Your husband will now be the jest of the group.
No, you will not be the clown.
Jesus.
Or the one is the butt of every joke.
Hey.
God forbid. Let's even start from the fact that she was supposed to go on a girls' lunch together. You now invited yourself. You don't have shame.
As in. That's what I'm saying, that this guy does not have shame.
Normally said, even if it's not even a girls' thing, why did they not invite you to?
You now go.
You should not even be going in the first place. Now it's not like, okay, girls brunch and I say, let me take you out. Let's go and you not say, myself, I want to come out. Or let's say
even
something.
If you are coming,
bae.
You understand? Like I know that guys used to show like, don't worry, I got you. Like I'm taking care of your girl and everything. You now come now clear the plate.
Maybe he was even licking the plate. Who knows?
God, I swear.
That's how you clear the plate. Now say this is the worst food I've eaten before.
If I'm the one, I can't refund you because I'll take a picture, drag it to court. If you think it was the worst, you shouldn't have eaten it.
At that point, it's the people on the table that are supposed to shame him.
Me, I will even leave. Well, as they are dragging.
God, hey! I'm like, please.
It's one thing to be embarrassed. It's one thing to be associated with who is being embarrassed.
Even when I'm watching movies and I'm not a part of situation, I'm embarrassed for people.
I'll be embarrassed on your behalf.
You're on my table. God forbid.
People are talking about people that are clapping and nobody's clapping with them. You said you're already embarrassed. That's why I talk of this one.
No.
That's crazy.
Because I'm sure that friend, going back to that scenario, that friend would have put me in uncomfortable situation after broken up the friendship with her. I'm saying the truth because I can't.
No, that's crazy.
You can't continue putting me in situations that make me uncomfortable.
I mean, when they go out to just stay your. I know I talk about you. How far you day?
Oh my.
Let's say my fiance.
Many names. My fiance is coming. Like you and your fiance to go on your own.
No.
They're the couple that they're married now. They're the couple that if people are going on like a general group tree,
they will now have another group aside. Jesus Christ.
You don't want to be known as that couple or that friend.
That's very embarrassing. We would now set up the chat without
people.
They not be like this. So you not realize that nobody's saying anything. People are all.
Or when you say some people just say K.
Thumbs up.
So
kill.
But also let's also be talking to our friends. That's this one's tried. No, this one's tried, but at least put in the effort to talk to your friends. And then when they don't, I don't say abandon. But take a step back. take a step back.
No, but it would be, I don't know, Sha.
Because
will I want to say
no.
abandon? Imagine that you're someone that you're very close to, that you have known for a very long time. You can't just abandon the person.
Don't have sense.
It's
because
love now.
you know,
love used to top people's head, though. You'd be surprised.
Sometimes I would think
to God,
to God,
I will pray for you. True.
Because if you were not like that, I've known you for how many years? 10 plus years.
Yeah,
and
true.
Your head has never shook before. Suddenly, one dirty man now enter, and suddenly you're not acting weird. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
I will take your matter to God.
No. Actually, that's true.
Because if it's that, okay, maybe I just know you, and maybe you were always one kind, but we just a cover up, and now you not see your true color.
True. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
You people have to pray because
yes,
it's not ordinary.
It's not. And you know, there are some ladies that change when they start dating people.
Yeah.
Like when they start, when there's any man in their life, they suddenly turn one. Those people say you have to be careful of them, and don't be afraid to talk to people as well. Talk to your friends. Like, this thing you are doing is different from who you really are, or it's different from what you were doing before.
And please pray for them, because love they turn people. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've had that kind of, but I don't think I have. I'm trying to think if I've had I've kind of had like an instance like that before, but it's way in the past where hey,
the person was acting different than normal.
No, just distant.
There are people that do that. That when they get into a relationship, they cut off their friend. Not cut off, but they stop talking to their friends, and it's all their man, and their man's friend. And then if the relationship now break,
and their man's friend, is that not wise?
No, like they are like the guy's friends.
That's what I'm saying. That
start hanging out.
Like, is that not wise?
So when something now happens, you now be looking for her to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
And you now be coming back to your friend and now say, sorry, I beg. But good friends will still, I beg, accept you. Then you now be another man again. That's like that
one, your ways are not pure. That one, you normally your ways are not pure.
Those are what they call pick-me's. Pick-me's.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I don't think I have apart from that scenario, which was not even this thing. I don't think I've had that, but I don't know what I will have done, Sha. Yeah, me, I will talk. Me, I
what
always
if you find out that? What if you find out that a friend of yours, let's say in this instance now, let's say you people are friends. That means you people are close friends, but you people are not in close proximity together, so it's not like you people are seeing each other, whatever. You now find out that the girl is engaged,
and I don't know, and
you did not know that she was even dating somebody.
No, we're not close. At that moment that I find out that I will now say we are not close. Like, is that I might not know before, but at that moment I did not even know that you were dating. I did not even know that you
okay, let's say you know she was dating, but then she now got engaged, and you now know after, like, you know, when everybody's finding out. You know how maybe they do surprise for her, they video everything. She will now call like friend and everything. Let's say she now post the picture later where every other person has seen it. That's when you now maybe so you now say to you that is this not that your friend?
That means we're not close, because if I am as close to you as I think that I would be close to anybody, I would even be part of people that would know that you want to get engaged. And even if I don't know, like, I'll be part of the very first set of people that you know. So in if at any point,
when you now realize that, okay,
but I will ask.
Yeah, that's so the first. Will you talk to the person?
Oh yeah, I will. Especially if I in my mind have always thought that we were close. I would have a conversation with you, and it depending on what that conversation now looks like.
That's when you now know how to proceed.
I will keep an open mind, right? Because I'm like, see, at this point, except if there are like a number of persons that I can count on my hand that if they do that to me, you have absolutely no excuse. But there are a whole lot of other people that we are close, but I will hear from you first.
Something could have happened.
Yeah, okay. Before making a decision.
But be careful as well when you are entering relationship with people. Don't enter a relationship with somebody
you cut everybody off.
Yeah, you cut people off, or
it's not wise.
You start acting different from how you normally act. Because I think that's also another level of manipulation. Because there are some people that you enter a relationship, and let me use the instance of like a guy now. You enter a relationship with a lady. So, like, sorry, I'm talking from the perspective of the lady, and suddenly you realize that you are cutting off contact with your friends, family, not family except to some extent. You're not talking to them as much and everything. Beware, because that might also be a red flag. That's a red flag, because why are you not talking to your family? Why are you not talking to your friends?
Is. So, and it depends, Sha. If you have, like, if you have, like, let me say it depends. Let me clarify myself. So if, let's say I get in a relationship and my friends have been will be friends from the start. And I get into a relationship with a guy who is discovering his journey in Christ, and now we are doing like more church stuff. Like we are maybe in a small group. We are trying to meet with more people that would help our relationship with God. And I'm hanging out lesser with people. It's not like I'm not hanging out with them, but you know, when you get to a certain level of your faith in Christ, there are some certain conversations that
you can't have
you will not have anymore.
Have.
Like it will just fall off naturally. So those kind of things, right? It will happen naturally. But what I would say is, like, don't cut people off totally. Let them know where you stand. Yeah. And then it will be very obvious. There's some relationship that you don't need to say I'm cutting you off before.
It just dies.
Yeah, because like when you talk, like there's nothing to talk about. We're not going to smoke shisha. We're not like all those things that, you know, maybe people used to do before. You're not doing them anymore. Yeah. So those ones it will cut off naturally. But I think ultimately, like, it shouldn't be like snipey, like, oh, I got a man now, like, you know, all of you go and swim or be whatever. So that's where I said it depends. But like aside that, like if it has to do with, you know, maybe getting better, or maybe it's not like you're not having friends now, but it's like your priorities now, or the things that you're focusing on, they are changing. So all those things. But and if you have friends that, there are some people that, you know, when you now start to realize these things, you bring your friends along. But unfortunately, not all your friends will come along with you on the journey. So I just wanted to put that caveat there.
Nice.
Okay, let me read another one. This one says, not me personally, but my boyfriend's best friend. What does that even mean? Oh, my boyfriend's best friend.
Okay.
Best. Emphasis on best friend. Sent him 100% serious Venmo request for 37 cents for a single shrimp after my boyfriend ate one while at dinner with friends.
Wait. So wait. So they went to dinner together.
Yeah.
And then this is our boyfriend's best friend. So that means the boyfriend ate one shrimp
out of his plate. You know, says 37 cents.
Hey, but do you know how much you'll be owing me? How much I'll be owing you? if we're counting the number of shrimp.
Do you know people do this? Do you know this is actually this one is a real case of stingy. Do you know people do this?
Yeah. But not for shrimp.
For worse things than shrimp. If I go to the store and you say, Omo-Olorun, buy tissue paper for me, and I buy tissue paper for you, it costs $2. It costs $5. Give me my money. And I'll send you a Venmo request. People do it though. You don't know.
I know people do it, but like $2.
See, this is the perfect example of a stingy person. So you ate out of my $5 shrimp. You ate 7 cents.
You know what this reminds me of? You know, it's just that there's no transfer charges here.
That's true. They will not charge you $1.
Because what do you mean? What are you going to use 37 cents to do?
Oh my God! You say you ate from my shrimp.
I feel like no, but imagine if we went to brunch after church, me and you. You ordered shrimp and grits. I ordered.
You're not eating my shrimp. I'll start charging for my shrimp now. I will do multiplication and division, and I will charge you for my shrimp.
I'm very sure that meal was not just shrimp.
Yeah.
So the cost of your meal, you're not counting the
and it's 37 cents. Let me read this one. I think this one is a little bit similar. See, friendship and money
is a conversation to be had.
Friendship and money,
right?
Let me read this one. This one is also very similar, so we'll just do both of them together. It says, I went to a local CVS and bought Valentine's Day gifts with my friend. She bought her boyfriend a gift. I bought one for mine. And we picked out some generic cards and candies for our close friends. We split the cost in half and split the change in half as well. And started walking home when she realized she had purchased fewer things than I did. So she wanted more cash from me, even though I had essentially zeroed out my extra box and coupons. So she used her coupons to pay before they charged them. She argued that I still spent more than she did and wanted me to give her back more change. Sure, I said, let's do the math. You bought $10 worth of merch. I bought $20 worth. Then I used coupons, totally $15. So actually, I only spent $5. So you owe me some of the refund change. I've never seen anyone angrier than her when she raked over the few dollars she had gotten back change.
So that means she now had to pay her more money.
Yeah.
Stinginess will bite you in the ass. Because that's also very embarrassing. That's embarrassing for that lady. Because you were saying, oh, you need to give me more money now. You're not the one that is now paying. At that point, if I'm the one, the ground should just open up.
Swallow.
Because what do you mean? See, we talked about it earlier in this episode. That's this mindset that we have about money. Scarcity mindset. And what's the other one? What's the opposite of scarcity mindset? There's scarcity mindset, poverty mindset. There's also like abundance mindset, and that's what I'm looking for. When you have this scarcity mindset, you'll be counting like things like this. 37 cents. You ate my shrimp. What is my father would say? When there is love, 10,000 people can share the leg of a cockroach, the leg of an ant. Like when there is love, you don't look at those things. You don't see those things because realistically, what will 37 cents do for you? Realistically, let's say you are on a budget.
The thing
37
is,
cents is not going to do much.
The mindset you have for that 37 cents, it is the same mindset you have when God now places $37,000 in your hand. Yeah. And that's why I don't want to say that that's why God will not place.
I would love to say the same thing.
But that
is
mindset,
the way that is faithful in little,
that will be faithful in much.
If you're not faithful in 37 cents, you can't be faithful in 37,000 or 37 million.
So your mindset is still fixed on 37 cents. People are now sharing $5. So your friend that used her coupon to pay for stuff and she was like,
and she didn't think about it.
She didn't think about it. So you now said no, let's. But have you ever? I've had people like that where they'll be like, let's do the math, and to the bone of the bone, we'll do the math and then we'll. So in some cases, obviously, it makes sense. Like if we go on a big trip and one person has been paying and courtesy demands, it's just common sense.
Pay that person.
The person does not have to ask you.
Yeah.
When you're back from the trip, hey, how much did we spend? It's just common sense. But things like, guy, when you're coming, I beg, buy me water for Kroger. Or things like, even sometimes when we hang out and we go for dinner, whatever, and then you pay the bill, and then I'll now start holding your neck and say,
your this thing was $10. $15.94. Again, I feel like I wanted to say, when you are both on it, I see that it doesn't even still matter. When you are both on a budget, and so I think in the situations where I do like the actual split division is, let's say the two of us go grocery shopping now. So I'm prefacing it for when we were in school and we were on very tight budget. We go shopping like this now, and I know that I'm buying something. There's something I bought that is me that is using, and it's probably more expensive. Like maybe we are buying food stuff or whatever. Then maybe I'm now buying. Let's say I buy Stanley Cup, for example, and I'm like, oh, I want Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup is like $40. And if I leave that in the bill, it's going to skew the bill higher than what it's supposed to be. I would take out that $40 and split the rest. That's when I do the nitpicking of splitting. But most times it's like, we're going to do this thing together. There's no point. Especially when I know like we're on a budget and it's not the two of us I'll be using this cup, and I also don't want to burden you with that. I'll take out, or even normally I'll pay it separate out of it before I even pay for the general thing. Or I just take it out and I'll split the money that, okay, we spent $100, my Stanley Cup was $40, everybody's bill is 30, something like that.
That's why I even say that some things are common sense. Like even if you go grocery shopping and your friend is paying, like you have an idea of how much your friend paid, even if you did not see the exact amount, you know how much of things you bought. I don't think it's fair if you come back and behave as if everything is normal.
It's fine. Even if that do that,
and some people now do it consistently. Like, okay, if you get groceries today and I get groceries tomorrow, and if that's the cadence that we have, then it's fine. But I think the problem now comes when you now expect me to do groceries every time, and for every time I do groceries, you never say how much did you spend, how much am I giving you. Sometimes you don't even have to ask, and if it's and again, this is, so it depends on who you are dealing with. Some people are not friends. Some people are housemates.
Yeah.
If you do grocery shopping
let's split it down to the last cent.
That's fine, right? So I think it also depends on relationship, but in this context, like you guys are close friends, right? That you know that
together.
That you know that tomorrow is you that can eat from, you know, her shrimp or something, or her salmon or something or whatever. So I think actually all this small money, oh my god, it annoys me. Like all those small.
When you now think about it, those people cannot be business partners.
Oh, lie.
Because if in this instance, best friend,
it's not all your friends that can be your business partners. I feel like that's one thing. See, friends, family. I feel like people
for business
just by default be like, this is my family, this is my friend.
They should.
Not every of your family member, not every of your friend can be your business partner. These are people that should be trusted. There are some people
and that you can hold accountable. Like people can hold each other accountable. To certain things.
I remember when I wanted to, like, when I was selling perfumes in Nigeria, and my mind just went to Torayo. Like, obviously I have other friends. Torayo, because Torayo liked fragrances. Like, she's one person that I know she loves fragrances, and I know that this person, if my money is with her, my money is safe. Till today, I don't even think we have a book of accounts. We just have money lying somewhere. I know that when tomorrow comes, we'll probably just split in half. But we've at different points of the business giving money to that business. Obviously, this should not be the way. But obviously, the business was small and everything. You should usually have like a book of accounts, be able to pay yourself, be able to. That's fine.
That was what you guys did for that time.
But my mind was at rest, even when I was not in the country. That whatever this person says the money is what the money is. I can't do that for everybody. No shades to anybody. But there's some people that I can't do that with.
Yeah, which is natural. There's people that don't have that money discipline, and there's some people, even when it comes to family as well too, we need to be able to keep ourselves accountable, and that's something that families don't do. Because you know how they say when you are starting a business, most times is external people most times that support you first. Before your friends and family now come and support you and catch up. There are times when it's a family business, but because it's a family, okay, just for example, let's say you have like you know how you have all these small stores, not small stores, but when you're in Nigeria, all these stores that you have, like all these shops that you sell things that people can come from your neighborhood to buy, like let's say like a mini Target, but not Targets, but what we have in Nigeria, what they call them,
like stores, like super stores,
not super stores, not the super ones,
like
when you have
mini
on the
marts,
streets, something like that. It is your family member that will come and collect sneakers.
I will not pay.
They will collect this and be like, oh, is it not? But they don't realize that them not paying, they are eating into your account. They are not like, or they will come and maybe they'll just come collect money from the register and say, okay, I will return it now.
No, I agree with you. It's like I pick because I'm a very money person. Like I love money, I love finances, I love to have a culture of savings. Like I love to talk about money, like not like, you get what I mean? Like I love to talk about money, finances and things like that. So I pick like traits very easily. When I was younger, I think the first person that I admired the most when it comes to money is my dad. So you know what these things, what young people say that, oh, when people come to my house to give us money and they will say, you've been eating meat in my house, and then they'll take the money, like their parents will take the money. My father has never done that. Like when you take money to him, all of us had like our safe, and then he had our names on each of those safe. So when people give you money,
put it there,
take it to your dad, then your dad will put it inside. So in December, when we now break the safe, you'll be seeing. At that time, money was $10. I said $10, 10 naira, 100 naira. It still had a lot of value. So you now be seeing like all those small denominations. My dad will now say, okay, give me those small denominations. I'll give you like the bigger ones. And then you obviously like at the end of the day, you see the money to maybe buy Christmas clothes or something. But the fulfillment of you have money. So you know, when he's saving those money, you have that pride in your mind. When it's December, all of us that count our money. But like my dad cultivated that habit for us. And it just made me trust him with money. So he had record, and he would always tell us that, see, people will never trust who they cannot trust their money with. So he had record. He had like my dad would write, like he was very, when it comes to money things, he was very perfect about it. So very young in my life, at a very early age, I told myself, no, I can't be that person that they will now say you squandered money. People will not respect you.
Yeah. And that's a good upbringing to have. I think it's also very similar for us. My dad, very good with like finances and everything. If you call him today and ask him how did he spend his salary in December 2004, he can bring it out for you. And I think what he taught us then was the value of money and the value of saving. Because we had our pocket, like I can't remember when we started collecting pocket money, but we had pocket, whether it's 15 naira collecting, they'll give 15 naira every day. And my dad will not tell you, oh, we had that mindset of, even if you're collecting 15 naira every day, save 5 naira from it. So at the end of the month, you can say, how can you save this? He built that culture of saving, like understanding the value of money, basically. And I think people that understand the value of money, you can't be put in a position where you now squander money, or you treat it recklessly, or you don't have regard for it, or somebody gives you something and you suddenly cannot find it, or you
telling stories.
Like you know.
There's an executive I worked for at my previous place of work. God forgive me.
Really got into.
There's an executive I worked with one time like that, and God forgive him. If I see him today, I swear God is working on my heart. I respect him, but I don't respect him, but like
because of money.
The way he used to treat company funds, for personal use. I've not seen that kind of thing before, at least at that time. I was like, anyway.
I worked in a bank. And the worst thing, when we were going to training school, when we were in training school, there's a particular session where they take you to the prison. They take you to, I can't remember the prison that is close to Marina. You basically go there and they have somebody, the person said that was the sergeant, I don't know what they call their name. He was an ex-banker. So he tells you that I've seen people who I worked with that come here, things like that. So the whole point of them is like this shock therapy of, if you mess with the money, this is where you will end up. And the prison system is not good, because they had, like, let's say they had 1,000 people there, only 3 were convicted, and the others are still awaiting trial with no dates, that kind of thing. So it's like your life will end here if you end up stealing the money. And we worked with money a lot. And one thing that you will hear when you're in operations in bank in Nigeria is that money that you see, treat it like paper. It's not real. It's not real money. Because you're closing vaults. Your closing vault that has 40 million. You're counting, like, there are times where under my table like this, it's 10 million that is here. I'm going to load the ATM. I'm loading the ATM with 10 million. So if you look at the money as money, or you don't have that discipline to say, oh, this is not my money, I'm not touching it, doesn't belong to me, you will spend, you will eat. Because the thing about it, so let me just do like mini session of ATM logistics for people to understand. For example, you load money into the system electronically, and then you load money physically. So my machine has 4 million naira. I will load 4 million naira from the vault into the machine, 4 million naira. So let's say, for example, let's zero it out. No, there's no money in the machine right now. So I move, and my vault has 10 million. So I move 5 million from my vault and I put it in this ATM. So now my vault has 5 million and my ATM will have 5 million electronically. Then I now have to take 5 million actually from the vault and move it into the machine. So now, as a customer, you come in to use the machine. Sometimes it debits you and you don't collect money. So it happens a lot. So sometimes it's system error. By the time you now go there the next day, so I loaded 5 million yesterday, I go there the next day now. Electronically on the accounts, it shows 4 million. But when you go and count the money,
it's more than 4 million.
It's more than 4 million. It's like maybe 4.3 million. And remember, there is, let's say, same bank, you can see the transaction, you can reverse it.
Yeah.
But there are some people that is other bank.
Yeah.
And they might not come and reverse it, or they will go to their bank and reverse, and it takes time.
Yeah.
So maybe it's only 100k you will see from your bank. So that one you reverse it, you still have excess of 200k. Before that 200k will clear, it might take 3 months. So, and where is the record of it? So if you are greedy, somebody is calling you, Musa is calling you that gold has come, or new gold has come. You use 150 from there and take it.
Kai, you not quickly return it.
Today return it. Because as it's happened to you, as it has happened one day, by the time you come back the next day, there's another update again and again. There was one time when one of my colleagues transferred to another branch, And that branch, she was so scared of going there because she was going there as a cash officer. And if you're the cash officer, you're the one that manages the vault and everything. She was so scared of going there because that branch, they were always talking about shortage. Like none of their machines used to balance, you know. And then in the bank, you don't close until your vault balances. If your machine is saying the vault should have 50 million and you passing 30, nobody's living there until that you cannot close your bank until the vault closes. And she was so scared of going there because if you're the cash officer, you won't go home. And she was a married woman. It wasn't until I had come here later that she was like, will I believe that, and we all knew ourselves in that area. Like when you're in the bank, we're in the same region. She was not telling me one day that, did I know that bank, that machine, those machines that were always having problem,
people.
It was so and so person.
In fact, one person.
It was so and so person that was collecting the one. I was like, I know when you put all in the same, I don't say the same branch, like the same level, like, oh, you put your cash officer in branch A, I'm cash officer in branch B. We'll all be sharing stories, just like how you were saying you share stories. So you know when you're like, this is my machine, they balance, okay, go. So everybody had heard the gist of that branch. So when they transferred that to the branch, she was scared, all of that. It was not later she was not telling me that, is this person that used to collect the money?
That's crazy.
So, and me, I don't have any idea of the person. I've never worked with him before, but I just thought that, oh, you're a cash officer. Like, I don't really have any thoughts about you. But the minute I heard that, I was like, it makes sense. But it's also, and you people will be shouting, money. No.
Love of money. That's what the Bible said. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Like, you can't look at him and say this person is a thief. They never look at it. They never look at it.
They never look like it.
They never look like it.
They read out for face. So money.
So, let me tell you for another one. So let me read my last two.
Yeah, read it together.
So this one is a short one. Asked a friend. What's going on? Asked a friend and her husband to go on a weekend trip. They picked and booked the Airbnb, which had a separate MIL space. I'm not sure what that means. Which was a separate building, the size of one of those cute garden sheds. They had the main gorgeous house. I had a loft bed I had to climb a ladder into, and no window shades. To be honest, I was fine with it until at the end of the trip, they charged me half the Airbnb cost. Never staying somewhere with them again. So they all went on the trip. They had the best room, and she was climbing. I think all those ones that you climb ladder and stay on top.
People still share the cost equally.
Second one, this one is when I was growing up, I had a great aunt who probably had around $1 million in cash in various bank accounts. She refused to spend any of it. Lived in a dumpy apartment. Watered down her juices by around 30% to make them last longer. No car. Hardly ever ate that much. She refused to pay for a full phone plan and had one limiting the number of outgoing calls she could make. So growing up, we always had to wait for the phone to ring at least 3 times because that was a signal to get us to call her back so she could talk at no charge because incoming calls were free. She would call, wait for it to ring 3 times and then hang up. But her best habit was to recycle old cards she received and quote-unquote repurpose them. You will get a card for your birthday and it might be a card for Mother's Day with all references to Mother's Day scratched out with a pen and birthday references received. If you received a gift at all, it was always a box containing pieces of trash and other random things she had lying on the couch.
No, that one, she needs therapy. She needs Jesus and she needs therapy. That one is deep.
That one is it poverty mindset. Now you have $1 million. And you're not spending it on phone plan. Like, so things that will help your life.
The funny thing, she will die and it's next of kin that will now
spend the money.
I swear.
You spend the money on rubbish.
I swear. I don't know if I share this story, but I remember one of the houses I stayed in when I was in Abuja. The landlord, unfortunately, she died. In fact, it was a very, I don't know, it was a home death. Like, she just slumped. It was a very, very, again, trigger alert, sorry, but the next day, the family members that she was not even talking to, because when we used to talk and I knew in her voice she used to sound bitter, and I knew that there was no love at home. She was dating like a married man or something. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about it. I don't know if it's a thing that you don't talk about the dead. But anyway, what I just wanted to say is that it no reach 1 month. Next of kin don't come call B house. In fact, because I left after my lease expired at that time, and then the person that was there, my other neighbor, we were still talking for a while before we lost contact with her, and she was like, "Oh, my, this guy is moving mad." That's like the
new
person that he's the new person now. And I'm like, she had the money. She had I don't think she had a car. Like she was always hustling. Like you know, all of that. At the end of the day, I'm like, the death was not one that was
our money.
As in, before they did bury uncle, they were looking for people. I say her, and 1 month no reach.
They're looking for people to do what? To
come and bury her, to come and do the arrangements. It was that bad. But 1 month no reach. They do landlord. Next of kin. Hey!
Next of kin will use use what you cherish.
And you know what we talked about money that you did not work for.
It was very sweet to spend. Very sweet to spend. Imagine next of kin that you not do anything, you have house. But you're even the landlord collecting rent.
And it was not later we found out that it was not just that one house she had. She apparently had like other places. So I'm like, if you like, they do call you 3 times. They will call you 3 times. You die first.
They will start withdrawing money from your account straight like.
Hey. No, that one is a poverty mindset.
They will first, that story mentioned that she didn't have a car. That's the first thing they will use
to buy Oma. Limousine. They buy like 5 cars,
different colors, pink,
Maybach,
blue, red,
Porsche.
They will not be driving it at the same time. You know what? I don't believe in like ghosts or anything, but if she could sit down, she was like, they'll be like, and that's the worst thing ever, to have this sense of regret of, I should have done something, or I should not have. Or imagine when maybe people are like on their, let's say, deathbed like this, now you're not saying, I wish I had.
That's why it's very important. You know when people say die empty, it's very important. Like it's very
concept to people who are listening.
So don't die with what you have. Like don't die with the talent that God has given you, the money that God has given you. Like even if it is to go and give that money to charity, to give money to people who don't have the means to, like, at least do something, right? So that you know that you are you're not dying with bands that you give that you want to put yummy, like that rich rich man, extra bands. No, you've given your all, that which God has deposited inside of you. Like you know that you have given it out as much as you can, and as God has helped you to. So if you like, die
don't
with
pay for your phone plan.
Okay, let me read the last 2 and then we can end. So to say, a couple of months ago, I was out with a friend who I hadn't seen in a while. The card machine at the place where we had dinner wasn't working. So I paid cash for both of us and said, you can cover the drinks later. We walked to a nearby bar and each had 2 drinks. We asked to pay. I didn't immediately get my wallet out because I assumed she was paying.
Yeah.
And she just awkwardly asked to separate the bill. And it was less than the dinner bill. Like the whole drink was less than the dinner bill. A few days later, she invited me to a nightclub with another friend. The third friend pays for the first round of drinks. I paid for the second round of drinks. When it came time to pay for the third round, my friend just looked away and pretended she didn't see the bartender. So we paid again. Things like this happened a few times with this friend. I became more diligent about asking for my money back the last time we met. She seemed quite annoyed with that and has barely messaged me since. I think it's time to cut her off for good, since I know how greedy she is. That is not just forgetfulness.
That one is not forgetfulness.
How many people that use forgetfulness? Sorry, I forgot my. Let me read the second word before we talk about it.
I forgot my wallet.
So a childhood friend asked to go to a concert together. It was our first concert ever. I paid for travel, food, hotel room, and even drinks at the event. It kind of bothered me that she never offered to pay her half, but I was doing much better financially than her, so I didn't push. Once we got back to my home after the concert, she refused to leave until I rotated her tires for her. It made me realize what a self-absorbed user she was. I dropped her after that.
Rotated her tires as in you fixed her car for her.
Let me read maybe one last one, which is also like something similar.
Where are these people?
May we not find them.
May
we not find them.
Because
this one said, I had a friend who wanted to come to see me and spend some time together, but she could not afford a plane ride, which is fine. Cool. Stay at my house. And since I didn't have to fly, I paid for all sorts of things to do while she would be there, which is also fine. She gets here with a friend. And basically turned me into a third wheel. She used the trip to cheat on her husband, and we didn't even do anything we had planned out. She got mad at me for saying her guy friend couldn't stay in my house.
Wait, though.
The friend was a guy. So I told her husband and dropped her as a friend. No. Looking back, I realized she was just using me as emotional support, and she didn't actually care about me at all. One last one. This is too much.
Okay.
That's why I went on a double date. My husband offered to pick them up because parking in New Orleans can be a pain in the ass. I agree. We went to a very nice steak place. It was pricey, but we knew that going into it, our bill was $450 for the four of us. My husband and her date decided and the ladies' date decided to split it right down the middle, since we all basically got the same thing, save for a few drinks. She whipped out the calculator and started dividing up the bill down to the penny. I tried to justify it by saying she didn't want to pay for something that wasn't hers. So as a direct clapback, I told her we needed 35 for dwacking and fuel and 20 for the drinks we paid for at the bar while she waited for her table.
No. Let's be doing gospels. Let's be doing aura for aura, because
oh my god. So
let's go back to the one that brought a quote unquote friend. You are getting. In fact, you can't even stay in my house. Like, go back.
No, she didn't. So she didn't allow her. So she was mad that she didn't allow the guy friend at the house. So she now reported to her husband, is what she's saying.
So the one that
she paid for the hotel room. She paid for.
Okay, they were on a trip.
They were supposed to go on a trip, so she paid for everything.
Oh, okay.
And that one, I bring
okay. You know,
guy friend. My dear, may we not know them, may we not find them, because
may we not be them.
May we not be them. I cannot even stress. I cannot even stress.
These are stressful people to have in your life. Imagine you thinking you're going on a girl's trip and you're
now bring your married friend.
Anyway, you're not using our trip to cheat on your husband. I will call you because I can't. I will call your husband.
And that's the end now.
Yes.
Or there's people that actually use forgetfulness. And if you're part of those people, catch yourself today. Everything.
Oh, I forgot my wallet.
I forgot my wallet. That's also I forgot my wallet.
Thank God that we're even in the age of Apple Pay. Bring out your phone.
My dear. I forgot my wallet. Then I say, oh, can you get this check? Can you get
I cannot get it. Let's all stay down. It's just that
I will wait for you, my dear.
People like me that don't like embarrassment. Imagine we just start staring at ourselves. Oh yeah, now myself, I forgot my wallet. People are like that.
No, if I know you are like that, before you say you forgot your wallet, me I will have told you. I forgot my wallet before you forget your wallet.
Just like, oh yeah, but I have something to say. Like, before you say it, I just realized I'm not with my wallet. So can you get this one for us?
Oh my god. No. Some people are selfish, self-absorbed. They just want to use other people. They actually don't love and care about other people, which is crazy. May we not be them. May we not know them. May we not find them. May God continue to bless us.
May they not date somebody that we know.
Hey, my dear. It's crazy. I don't know. I've heard stories about girls giving guys money over and over again. It has never happened to me, but I'm curious.
Girls giving guys money as in how?
You know, I forgot my wallet now.
Okay, like when they're on a date or something, then the guy will not give them back.
Or their business partner has never paid in their life, so they'll be funding their business. And it happens both ways too. Let me not be. If
we're on a date and you forgot your wallet the first time, like the first date, you forgot your wallet. How first of all, but fine,
I'll give you benefit of the doubt on the first date. But imagine that all the dates that you are going for,
you cannot get to all. The second date that now comes again.
You forgot your wallet. No. You know the funny thing?
It's over.
If you actually forgot your wallet and I pay, you can actually sell me back, right? Like if you want to not be shameless, you can sell me back just to prove that I actually forgot my wallet.
Yeah.
That's how you can redeem yourself. You will not forget your wallet once, Twice?
The third time, I'm like, I forgot my wallet. You now look me dead in my hand and you forget. You're like, oh wow. I will stand up and walk out. You will wash plates. No. It's audacity though. And I feel like people also push to see how far can they get.
Yeah.
People that are users. Like they always try and test the waters like, oh, if I do it the first time, how will she react?
True.
If I do it the second time, how will she react?
Yeah.
If I do it the third time, like, okay, I feel like, I can press your buttons.
That's true.
So
That's
most people that are
very
users,
true.
so it all goes back to manipulation again. Like, let me see how far I can go before you now push back and I'm like, okay, this is your line and I won't pass that line. But they will do everything so close to that line.
That's very true.
Oh, wow.
I think it's very important to notice patterns. I think patterns go a lot, and it's something that I've been saying and seeing, like, you need to see, okay, you need to do some evaluation sometimes. Like, for every time I'm with you, let's even forget about money. Some people never have good news. That's their own. It's like, for some people, somebody is always wrong. For some people, it's, I don't know, it's just different things, like just patterns.
There are some people too that they don't know how to sympathize with you or listen to you. It's always as you're telling them, oh, I'm having this problem at work with my body.
They'll tell you about their own problem.
Boss, so it's even worse than that. So there's some people that don't know how to sympathize, like they don't know how to be empathetic and be in the moment and listen, active listening, I would say. They always want to show that, oh, they are the ones that are going through it the most. Like, they want you to pity them more than whatever you are going through, something like that.
Yeah. No, it's different things. But may God continue to help us. So, God is stingy friends. If you are stingy, may God liberate you.
And what is that? Stingy people, they will not hang out together.
They will looking for people that true. That's so true. Because who we pay?
Who we pay? Or all their tactics cannot work on each other because they all know themselves. If one is say I forgot my wallet, they so the tactics cannot work on each other. They know themselves. Maybe they're in the group chat and they're like, what is the new skill we will use today?
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, long story short is, see,
like, are you your friend's friend? Truly.
Are you your friend's friend? Are you your friend's friend?
There are also some people that they are stingy too. Like, they act one certain way, but they're generous to some other people. They're generous to some other people. And you'll not be wondering, like, how come when it's two of us together, I'm paying for everything?
Yeah.
But when you're with this person,
you now want to show off. That one today.
So that thing you said about patterns, truly, we need to watch and be observant.
I think let's do friendship review in the next episode. Let's talk about friendship review. Let's talk about, should we evaluate friendships? Should we review? Should we
think about the friendship?
Sit down? You know this thing that we're talking about, patterns, right? Like when you were saying, oh, some people talk about like themselves all the time, right? And they just never listen to other people. In that context, would it be helpful to actually sit down and say, let's have a conversation? We talk about these things in the context of a relationship, but we never really talk about it in the context of friendship.
Actually, true. Because I think we also, I don't say, what's the right word? I don't say take friendship for granted or hold. Okay, I think it's two ways. Either we take friendship for granted and then we esteem relationship, like, oh, if somebody does this thing to you in your relationship, you can't take it. But if they do it to you as a friend, it's like, oh, you're my friend. Then also vice versa. There's some things that they will do to you and you will collect. But if your friend does it to you, you will wait for them and all of that. So I think it's also a very much needed conversation to have as well. It's also a much needed conversation to have as well. Because we talk about red flags in relationships, but there are also red flags in friendships. And sometimes too, there's also this thing of, oh, this person is just like that. And then you just gloss over it. But you don't ever sit them down to say, hey,
this thing that you're doing
is not okay. It's not right. Like, you always do this. So, but yeah.
Maybe we should talk about that next. But yeah, I am curious to know what your stingy story has been. I think we have our forms out now, so you can find the links to our forms on
Instagram
our page,
bio.
our Instagram bio,
YouTube bio.
Anywhere, like we have the link, even in the description on Spotify or whatever platform you're listening to. the form will be there, so feel free to write to us. You can
Share
still
your story.
DM us, share comments on Spotify, share your friendship stories. When did you know that your friend was not actually, I mean, you were not your friend's friend? Or have you ever had stingy experiences before?
Your best friend is not also your best friend, Abby. You are not your best friend's friend. Abby.
Hey, you shall understand what we are saying. So yeah, or
your best friend is asking you for 37 cents of shrimp.
Or when what's it called now? The day you realized that you needed to change your friendship group. So
another one.
Anyway,
what is your daily dose of
I think I've talked about my daily dose of EU. You are blessed to be a blessing. You are blessed in your going out and in your coming in. That's the promise of God for us, right? Yeah. You lend unto nations and you borrow from none. So let's walk in those promises. So I think again, and money is not just the benchmark for blessing, because I think people think, oh, when you talk about blessing, it means that you are making a lot of money. You have no. I don't think so. I think blessing is beyond money. It's empathy. It's listening to people. Even if you don't have the money, you might know someone else who could help your friend. It's lending
relationships too.
Yeah, it's actually genuinely caring. And I think transparency in friendship is also very important. If we want to do so, I don't have money, guy, I don't have money. Like, nobody will beat me. And if your friend says, guy, don't worry, I will actually cover it. Yeah. You know, that's also part of friendship. Right? So friendship is not just money. Money is a part of, I mean, blessing. Like when we say you are blessed, God has, and I always say this every time, some people are good at one thing than some other people. It could be that you know how to cook, and though you don't have money, you've cooked, and then your friend hasn't eaten, and you bring food for your friend. Like, it's just all those small things. It's just genuinely caring for you. Like, how will this person's life be better? This person has told me about this. How can I help? You know, so yeah, you are blessed to, God has deposited so much inside of you for just to be for you. You say, think about it. Like, don't you think that it would be too small for God to just create for you only
and just thinking about you?
No, now, like, God, you know, there's a lot more in you.
Just said, go out into the world.
That's it, though, my
sister. Go out into the world. He has deposited a lot in you. I think my daily dose of EO. I thought about it though, but it has escaped my mind. Yeah, I was going to talk about have an abundance mindset. Have an abundance mindset. That's whatever, because sometimes to be circumstantial. If you grew up lacking things, it makes sense that when you now have, you want to keep it and you want to hold it. So I think it's important to have a self-reflection, like reflect and think, like, what are the things that are holding me back? What are the things that I'm holding on to that I probably shouldn't? Because you can't always be in life and it's the problems you were struggling with at 20, you're struggling with at 30, you're struggling with at 40. Always have like that evolution mindset of, how can I be better than I was yesterday? How can I be better than I was last year? And that also goes into the mindset in things like our relationships, our friendships, our, like, with money too as well. Yes, we don't love money, but it's not the love of money now that is root of all evil. We don't love money, but money is also a tool that you can use to do a lot of things. How is that relationship with money? How is even just do you have an abundance mindset of thinking, oh, if I give to people, it will always come back to me, like it will overflow, there's always going to be something that I can give out. I'm never empty, you know, because God is always going to bless me. So have that mindset, like do that review of, okay, I want to also evolve in my mindset, because you will start at somewhere. Everybody did not start from, just suddenly giving. You started from, okay, you give out 5 naira, then you can give out 10 naira, then 100k. Before you know it, you are giving out 1 million and you don't shake, right? So, but have that growth mindset. How can you evolve? How can you be better than you were yesterday? How can you be better than you were 3 days ago, you know?
You know, something that just came to mind is the fact that I feel, you know how we used to say that how we grew up shape the mindset that we have. I wonder if someone who grew up with a scarcity mindset always have that fear of, if I give out, maybe I'll never have.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think so. And sometimes you might not even be... Mindset is a very funny thing, because you might not even have grown up in lack. You might have also had a lot, but let me give this example now. I always say that the reason why I want to have 2 kids is because when I was going to, we have 5 children, and the way we do it, like, it's very hierarchical. Like, something must come to the firstborn first before it comes to the secondborn, before it comes to the thirdborn.
Tell me about it.
So there is no
and if you don't have money in my house, if you don't have money to buy for maybe 3 people at once, you now buy
it. Or if you are going to buy, they will just buy for firstborn first. The secondborn will not get before third. So it was always, so now imagine me, I was thirdborn and I was feeling like, but I think at the point when it was my other siblings, at that point, I don't know, Sha, but as I was young, like that, in my head,
when it was just us 3.
Yeah. In my head, I was just like, oh, I don't know why you always going to give
it's like limited resources.
Children.
In fact, in my house, like, cause my dad was he's still a lecturer, but he's retired. Anytime maybe they do something in school, you know this thing that your dad used to say that 1,000 person can share this thing. If they give him meat pie in school or rice or whatever, my dad will not eat it, bring it at home. Imagine 7 people. If you just use ruler, if you just want spoon,
so something like meat pie, people use ruler and measure it and be cutting.
Hey, I don't know how my mother used to do it. My mother's theory was, she used to say ajoje odun benikoni. It was just something that I heard her say over and over again, which means that eating together is not sweet if one person does not have. So even if it's just 1 spoon, we'll be sharing. God, I beg. And it's not like, party rice is different. It's not like no rice at home, but party
rice just has one different taste.
Or maybe like, rice from
it's not come from the house, Sha. It's not from your house.
It's not from the house.
It's not from your house.
All of us now be sharing this, and I'll be like, if we're two, that
was my own 2. That's where I want 2 children to come from, because I think it was one day I was just thinking that where did this thing come from? Because we had a class where they were talking about how, I think we were doing causal inference, and they're talking about how the probability of people who have 2 kids to get a thirdborn is higher if 2 of them are the same sex, 2 of them are the same gender. I mean, something like that. So I started wondering that where did I even get this idea of I just want to have 2 children from? And I started thinking back, and I say, it's from when they say, oh, you cannot have this thing because this one must have face, one must have face. Or I said no. I said, see, if you are just done just 2 or 1, and the reason why I said 1 is because okay, I enjoyed having siblings. I'll be like, just 2, and I just like, okay, if you are buying anything, I'll buy for A, I'll buy for Peter, and I'll buy for Paul. So that's where it came from. So things like that. So that mindset, that's what. Imagine something like that happened. That I'm sure maybe my siblings don't have the same mind that I have, but me, that's what I formed from my own. So mindset just happens in we're a product of our environment, product of circumstance and different things that happen to us. So
that's why we have to pay attention to what the root or what the source of that mindset is. Like that person that did not want to spend her money or whatever, like why I think it's just very important to understand the why, and then that way and anytime we say tell God about everything, it's not cliche. It's not something cliche. It's something that you should actually
intentionally do.
Something that you should actually do.
Another example that comes to mind now, like one personal example, like I was talking about how my dad said, oh, you should learn how to save, to the point where I've mentioned in the podcast before that initially my own mindset about money was I just want to see the money in my account. So I was a very good, I can save my money, I can keep my money, I won't spend recklessly, but I'm not even spending the money. So it was not, I now did it to the extreme of Omo-Olorun, you're not even spending your money. So this whole thing of next of kin will eat your money for you, that kind of thing. So but I like to be comfortable. I like the good life. Yeah. But you will see me, I will keep my money. Omo-Olorun, spend your money. Omo-Olorun will not spend that money. So that one is like another extreme, because there are other people in my house that if they have the money,
they'll spend the money immediately.
Spend it like this, or you spend it and you know that okay, you're spending it well, and you can see the result of what you're spending. Like you are spending. It's not that you're spending. Maybe you're furnishing your house, you bought a couch or something. You can say okay, my money did this. But Omo-Olorun will keep money in an account and she'll be smiling as the number is increasing. So you need to go deep and see what are those things that have shaped your current mindset, because you'll be thinking, oh, this is just how I am. That's not how you are. Something must have happened. Maybe something you grew up with, something you thought about. Maybe even with misconceptions you had when you were young. Like So that's it from us this episode. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Don't forget we have the forms up now. Make sure you filled it. You can also send us DMs. We're open. Comment on Spotify as well. Interact with our social media. We're having a lot of engagement now, and really love that. Thank you guys so much for engaging with our posts, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.